Since 1968, Mackey Motors has been the place to find new and certified used vehicles. Along with a knowledgeable and helpful sales staff, you, the customer, are their number one priority. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City. Talking here today with Julia Kanne and also Marie Day from the Kuemper cross country team. We're down here at the Harlan Golf and Country Club at the Harlan Invite on this Saturday morning. Good run for Julia today. I had her 21st. We'll see where the official finals have her at, but strong run for you today. How'd you feel out here today?
I felt pretty good. I felt a little tired in the beginning, but I was able to get my blood flowing, so I felt I did pretty strong today.
Take me through that start of the race. A lot of girls, it's kind of a wide opening, but everybody seems today to be getting out fast. What was the start like for you?
The start was pretty packed, but I just wove in and out throughout the hills and pushed up the hills a lot. But the start was pretty strong and stuff still.
A lot of flat ground kind of at the front part of the race. Did you feel pretty good early, and how were you able to kind of weave through the girls, as you said?
I felt I was pretty good. I weaved through the girls by pushing up the hills a lot more and then just staying on the inside and passing some through there.
So a lot of the kids I've talked to today, the hills have kind of been tough on them. It sounds like you ran the hills pretty well today.
Yeah, I think I ran the hills pretty good. I pushed up that and then took the down drop and used that to my advantage too.
What was it about the hills that you enjoyed running here today?
I liked how the hills weren't straight up and stuff, but they were just more like sloped.
So you said that you went downhill fast as well. Sounds like maybe the back half of the race went really well for you. When did you feel like you were kind of at your strongest?
I felt at my strongest on the second loop, passing up the second hill, and then the last loop of the race.
What's it like when you get through kind of this first loop and then you come back to that second loop? What was going through your mind at that point of the race, and did you feel like you were kind of where you wanted to be?
I felt like I was where I wanted to be, and I felt like I was going strong enough through the girls. The one thing I enjoy about this race is the fact that it's sloping hills and then just flat most of it.
Take us through that last half mile or so, about the time you start getting towards the bridge and cross the bridge to the finish line.
The last half of the mile, I felt like I was starting to sprint up and do bigger strides. The bridge is when I started like pushing it, and then right at the last 400 meters, I really sprinted.
You pretty happy with where you're at right now at this point of the season as far as the times you're running and the pace you're setting for yourself?
I think I'm going pretty good, and I hope I got my PR at this course, but I think I'm going where I want to be at the end of the season.
What's the PR right now, and what are you shooting for today?
I think my PR is 22, I wouldn't know the seconds, but 22 minutes and some. By the end of the season, I hope to break 20 at the least.
I tell you what, I think you're going to get that done. Great job out here. Appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you.
You bet. Let's move over now to Marie Day. And Marie, congratulations. I had you 7th here today, so a strong run for you as well. You seemed to be very pleased when I talked with you how you went out and ran today.
Yeah, it went really good. I got my record, and I think I ran a good race and pushed myself the best I could. So
how much you get your record by today?
I think it was about 10 seconds I got my record. So.
Was that the goal for today? What was the strategy in golf coming in?
Going into this, I knew this was a course I could push myself to get my record on, so that's what I was thinking the whole time, was just to push for my time and to just focus on that. So.
Is this a course you've run before, or how did you know this course so well?
I actually have never ran this course before. We walked it beforehand, which helped a lot, so I could see where the hills were and where I should start pushing myself more. So that helped a lot, and I'm really excited to also run this at conference and hope to get a better time then.
So let's take through the start here. As Julia said, a lot of runners at the beginning.
Yeah.
You got out well the way it looked. How good was the start for you?
The start was pretty good. I did want to get out in the top 10 at the start. At the first curve, though, I started to get a little bit boxed in, so that made me a little bit nervous. People started to elbow me and stuff, and I got a little nervous about that, but then I worked my way past that, so I think it went pretty good overall.
Where did you kind of feel like you got comfortable then after that first curve and started being able to pass and pick off some people?
Probably to the half-mile mark. I got my pace down, and I got the girls who I knew I could keep my pace with. I just wanted to focus on staying with them the best I could and just pushing myself from there. So
you run way out there on the back part of the course. How did you feel out there through that first mile marker?
I felt like we went out pretty fast. I think Yeah, it felt pretty fast to me, which I think was probably a good thing because that helped me get comfortable with that pace and try to maintain it the whole race. So I think the first mile went pretty good. once I started to go on the hills, though, I got a bit tired. So I think the last mile definitely was a bit slower. But the first mile, I think I went out pretty strong. So
You kind of come down a little bit of a hill here, and then you loop back around. How much did that kind of coming down the hill help you heading towards that second loop?
coming down the hill helped a lot because down hills I try to like relax my arms, try to like recover a bit, and then just like lean into it and try to keep my pace. So
How'd
that
you
helped
feel
a lot.
through that second loop with the hilly part? Said it kind of got you a little bit.
Yeah, the hilly parts got me a bit, and I started to just get tired and probably lose my pace a bit. But then towards the end, people were telling me I had like half a mile left, and like I just needed to tough it through and just finish it up.
Take us through that last part. You kind of loop back around, and then you come back around and over the bridge. So maybe
Yeah.
that last half to 3/4 of a mile, when did you feel like you really kicked it into gear?
Honestly, I didn't really start sprinting till I like could see the finish, which probably wasn't a good idea. I didn't realize after that last turn the finish was like right there. But yeah, so that finish was kind of confusing to me. But yeah, I think it overall went pretty good. But
What will you take away from today's run to be able to help you here at conference?
probably to start pushing myself a little bit earlier and just tough it through to the finish. Just remember that the finish is coming up faster than it seems. So
Well, I tell you what, great job out here. Terrific job so far this season. Appreciate you joining us.
thank you.